Hello ME1301, my name is George Kacos and this is my final project. For my final project I have built a Morse code and binary code translator. It includes two push buttons, two LEDs, a speaker, a potentiometer, and a output of graph and text in the commands chat. So right here I have just some pseudocode that will go over the basic functions of this before I get into actually coding things. It just has the basic functions, and no matter what I press it's not gonna spit out any letters, so I can do whatever I want with this. And I'm just gonna run it to show what this does. So as we see, we get a graph on the screen, and when I press the input buttons, there are a couple of things that happens. The LED lights up, the speaker fires up and gives off a sound, and the numbers on the graph change to visually indicate on the screen that the button is being pressed. Normally, when I would put this stuff in, it would start coding a output, but since this is just that pseudocode to show this off, it doesn't do that. And then the ending button, as you can see, will trigger this flash on the ending light. So now with that done, let's get into the actual code, which is substantially longer. So right now it is set to Morse code from this potentiometer, which means it will decode Morse code, not binary. And so how this works is, obviously Morse code is made up of dots and dashes, so holding down the button for input creates a dash, and just pressing the dot for input creates, or pressing the button for input creates a dot. So if I wanted to code in a ABC, I would code in a dot dash, and then after that a dash dot dot dot, and then after that a dash dot dash dot. So A is dot dash. We are going to code in a dot dash, so dot and dash. And when I press the end button, an A will pop up. Now I should probably pull out the graph too. There we go. Oops. Alright. A B is going to be a dash dot dot dot. And so we're going to code in a dash dot dot dot. Enter that. We get a B. And a C is going to be a dash dot dash dot. So if we code in a dash dot dash dot dash dot dash dot and press end. Oh, come on. There we go. We get a C. Now, if I wanted to code something like hello, all I would have to do is type in the code, 7H's dot 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 dot. We get an H. E. L is a dot dash dot dot. We get a dot dash dot dot. A dot dash dot. Come on. Dot. You can tell the reason that I have the lights and the speakers so that I know when they're input and when they're not input. And then an O is 3 dashes. post. And there we go. Now say I've written all I want to write and I'm ready to end the transmission. All I need to do is hold down the end button for more than a second and it will flash and I will get an end transmission and then it will delete whatever was there. Now let's say I type in a letter wrong. So as we can see on this chart, there are no Morse code values that are, you've got the Morse code values. I don't see one that is just 4 dashes, and so let's enter that just because. So dash, 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 dash. Now obviously this does not exist in Morse code at all, so when I enter, it's going to give me error unreal letter because that letter does not exist. Okay, now let's move on to binary. We're just gonna quit out of that and we are going to turn the potentiometer all the way there to the binary setting. So let's run this again. It works just like last time, except this time just pressing down on the button is a 0 and holding the button is a 1. So if I bring up my binary thing, binary is a lot more complicated, so I'm going to do a bit less. We're just going to do like an ABC, so an A is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So we're going to have a 0, 1, 0, 0. You can see that the speaker and the graph aren't there for binary. That's because this is mainly a Morse code thing. And I didn't feel the extra need to do that for binary. And the second half is a 0, 0, 0, 1. We have a 0, 0, 0, 1 post. And we get an A. B is going to be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So we have a 0, 1, 0, 0. And a 0, 0, 1, 0. Post. And we got a B. And then a C, same thing. 0, 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 0, 0. 0, 0, 1, 1. 0, 0, 1, 1. And post, and we have a C. Just like last time, if we want to end the transmission, you just hold down this for a second, and you get the flashing, you get end transmission, and then it clears. And if we do a binary thing that just doesn't exist, which there are a lot of options for because binary is long and complex, I'm just going to do a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and post it, and you get error unreal letter. Now, this whole thing works because of this vector right here. This is the right vector. And so how the code works is when I press and hold the button, or press the button, I get a T value. And that is the value of the time that the button has been held down, which if I'm just tapping it is going to be a 0, and if I am holding it is going to be a 1. And what this value does is it replaces the first available value in right. So if I just press it, it is a 0. And then you rinse and repeat that. I'll press and hold it, and that'll be a 1. And when I press the end transmission button, it will take whatever code is already in the right and spit out the corresponding letter. This one would spit out A, which would also then in turn, because it spit out a letter, go back into the code and replace these already done values back with 2's, and you are ready to go on to your next letter. That is how the code works for both Morse code and binary, and because of the binary, that's why write is 8 digits long instead of 4. And that is my project. Thank you.